Hello, my name is Bob Link, and I'm presenting this vlog on partial credit for preparing for the future, a senior level class on technology and society at Southern New Hampshire University. In this vlog, I'll discuss the impact of printers, a small part of the information revolution, on our society. Without a doubt, society's reliance on office and personal printers has benefited nearly everyone. The Industrial Revolution changed almost every facet of society. America moved from the farm into the cities. Jobs changed from agricultural to manufacturing. But not everything was positive. We paid the price for the new standards in living and working with our air and water quality. We continued to suffer from their pollution until the government passed new laws, the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act. The artifacts of the information age are many, from the personal computer, the laptop, cell phone to the printer. The printer has evolved to keep pace with this revolution. They originally began slow, big, and expensive. The dot matrix printer allowed us to print little more than basic text and special characters. As we started depending more on them, we demanded new features. We added fax capabilities, color printing, scanning, email, sorting, and double-sided printing. Then we demanded new technologies like inkjet to give us photo quality, then laser. Then we demanded speed. In this vlog, we'll examine three social groups: government and business, consumers, and environmentalists, that show how society's dependence on the office or personal printer has done more harm than good. So let's examine each group to discover how they depend on the printer and how that has caused printers to change. Then we'll examine a simple plan to offset the negative influences that the printer has had on us. The first group is the government business users. You can see their impact on productivity. It used to be that every desk had a bottle of correction fluid. There was a mimeograph machine down the hall. Carbon paper wasn't a historical item, it was something that we used to make copies. And retyping endlessly was the norm. Its impact on staffing has been profound too. It used to be every business, every office had a pool of secretaries, and now you don't see those, maybe as admin assistants that don't even do typing. The savings in time, just the ability to open up a document, to modify it, to print it, and then to save it again is cut office work. And the impact on quality of printed material. Their material has become so detailed that the U.S. government has had to change the format and the printing of their $5 bills. But the biggest problem is that 45% of printed products are looked at only one time or less and then discarded at the end of the day. So one of the ways that government and business use printers is to target consumers. So next we're going to examine consumer attitudes about this targeting and also consumers' attitude toward using printers. And that's the next social group, consumers. The consumer demand is most easily seen in sales. For the past 20 years, printer sales have steadily risen as the stream of better, faster, more capable printers have hit the market. We can also see their attitude as features were developed and demanded for printers. Features like fax, color, scan, speed, and cost are all indicative of how the consumer's attitude has been. But with that, every consumer is subject to unintended consequences. When businesses started personalized mass mailings and advertisement, it opened up a whole new way to market. Now just about every mail I get has a personal greeting like "Hi Bob" or "To Mr. Link." It's to the place that the average home is receiving over 500 pounds of junk mail every year. That's almost 2 pounds of junk mail a day. And of that junk mail, 44% of it is going to the landfill. It was unwelcome and it's unwanted. So here's the real problem. Over the last 20 years, the amount of paper going to the landfill has increased from 92 million tons to 208 million tons. So the first two social groups stress the benefits of the information revolution. And although the last group enjoys those same benefits, they tend to stress the negative impacts. The last group is the environmentalists. Now, their organizations have enjoyed the same impact on productivity. They do fundraising and office work, and their productivity has increased just the same as business and government. They've had the same impact on staffing, the same impact on savings in time, and the same impact on enjoying the quality of printed materials. And their cost has went just the same as business. But their attitudes toward the unintended consequences are much different. They see that there's 30 million acres of forest are forever lost annually to feed our demand for paper. That's over and beyond what we can replant. That's the size of the state of Pennsylvania. You may be thinking, well, what about recycling? Well, recycling accounts for just 10% of our paper use. It's a very small chunk. And additionally, 12% of America's total energy costs goes toward the production of paper and paper products. So there are plenty of pros and cons on the value of the printer in the information age. The misuse by some doesn't have to result in such environmental woes. A couple of tweaks to the artifact should be all that's required to make it a win-win for everyone. So here's my plan. Just like we added controls to the Industrial Revolution to ruin the damage we were doing to our air and water, how about let's begin with adding control of the junk mail and circulars through regulation or law. And secondly, controls in and of themselves aren't going to be enough to repair the damage that we've done. We need a new technology, much like Snapchat, a new paper and ink technology. So if 45% of the printed pages go to the landfill at the end of the day they were printed, do we really need ink and paper that maintain images for a whole century? So let's develop the technology so we can use the same paper day after day after day. And the third way is the increased use of digital content like ebooks. Now this is a cultural change. It's a matter of style or taste, but the technology is already in place. We have ebooks. We just need to use them more than we are right now. So my plan is it includes a control element, new laws to control unwanted paper, a new technology element, ink and paper technology, and a cultural element, moving our likes and styles over to digital content. Society's demands have changed the printer in the past, for the better. The same demands and the visibility of the damage that printers are doing to the environment can modify printers for the better. So to sum it up, we examined three social groups: the government and business, consumers, and environmentalists, in order to understand society's dependence on the office personal printer and both the harm and good it has led us to. We've also proposed new types of controls to stop unwanted junk mail, a call for research and development to improve ink and paper technology to give us that Snapchat capability, and we've called for a cultural change to increase the non-paper digital content. Goodbye.